So, Lee Corso decides to throw a shot at Deion Sanders and Colorado Buffaloes yesterday. I didn't even catch it because I don't watch that failed network known as ESPN. And it looks like ESPN has a lot of situations going on with Spectrum. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But Lee Corso, a man who I stayed defending, knowing how he really truly feels about us. Lee Corso, the man that ESPN kept instead of David Pollock, and I don't pronounce things good. Be fair to criticize me or help me out in the comment sections how to pronounce. I couldn't pronounce David's name properly since he played at Georgia. But David Pollock or Pollock, however the proper way to say it, he's a great analyst. I love him. He's a fair guy. He's non-biased. And he probably would have been a Hall of Fame NFL player when he was at Cincinnati if it was not for those neck injuries and injuries he sustained. Shout out to David Pollock. But at the end of the day, ESPN kept some of these weird people who do not belong on the college scene anymore or several other platforms they have. First of all, Lee Corso started off College Game Day. Instead of commending both teams, TCU and Colorado Buffaloes, he said he doesn't like some of the tactics that Deion did when he went to Colorado, i.e. transfer players. He said, when I was coaching, I treated these players like my stepkids, as if we all don't agree that Deion has been a lot of these kids' fathers, such as Travis Hunter, when during the press conference, he called Travis Hunter his son. That was amazing because I know guys like Noel Devine when he was over there in Fort Myers. Deion allowed him to live with him. Guys like Emmanuel Mude. Deion always been a father to these kids, no matter the ethnicity. To hear Lee Corso says that, Lee Corso belongs off TV. He is senile. He's not in his right state of mind. But it seems weird that all these guys like Lee Corso, he's in his right state of mind when it comes to hating on Deion Sanders. Notice what Lee Corso didn't do. He didn't criticize a TCU because they had the same situation similar to Deion Sanders, Coach Prime. They had a lot of transfers also, but I don't hear a lot of the naysayers of primetime bringing that part up. Just like Lincoln Riley over there at USC when he left Oklahoma, Lee Corso, the senile man, was giving props to Lincoln Riley and UCS. I mean, USC. I apologize. I'm everywhere right now. But California University University of California been getting praised by Lee Corso. He didn't say any similar sentiments towards Lincoln Riley that he's saying to Prime. If you guys don't know what I'm saying, Lee Corso is basically saying Prime Time doesn't have a good character. And it's like, man, these guys are going out their way to say things they've never said before on live TV, but they're now saying it towards Deion Sanders. It's like all these haters, the complexion of protection, I call them, all these haters went to a secret meeting, just like back in the 20s and 30s, them guys with the hoods, or even after the Civil War, those guys went to those secret meetings, and we know the rest is history. What did they do after the meeting? And it seems like that's what's going on with Colorado Buffaloes in primetime. All these naysayers and people who are against them, I'll call them the opposition force or whatever you want to call them, but it's like Captain Planet. But remember that episode of Captain Planet where they had like the bad guy one, the evil one, and it's like this is what a combination of people who all have a secret agenda and ulterior motives to not like what Prime is doing. And I'm scared for the season for those young men over there at Colorado and over there at Boulder, because I feel like there's a group of men and women who are set in stone to get rid of them by any means necessary. And it's like, the criticism that they're saying to Coach Prime, you can literally say that same criticism if you wanted to every single team in the NCAA, but it seems they have it reserved for a particular gentleman. First of all, Lee Corso, ESPN should have never kept you. How did they get rid of real talent and kept you guys? ESPN, I call it liberal in disguise. They're really somewhat conservative, but they know this is a capitalist society we live in, and I love America for that, because if you don't love a capitalist system, you're not a competitor, you don't like to compete. I feel like if you're going to criticize Deion Sanders, there are certain criticisms they deserve to get, because those gentlemen at Boulder, they took a gamble on Prime, where a lot of teams didn't want to take that gamble. You got to give a round of applause to, I'm talking about the athletic director, the president of Colorado football. I give them a round of applause, even if they have to fire Deion Sanders after a year or two. This is the world we live in. If you give me a chance, and I felt I failed to meet standards, then get rid of me. You'll hear no gripes and complain. That's the fair system we live in. And so you got to give a round of applause to the leadership at Boulder. But the problem is all these naysayers. It's like I see the hoods every time they speak. It's cringe. It's to hear Lee Corso in the morning yesterday have these it's like he was angry. It's like if you're going to criticize a guy, criticize him. But what's up with the extra sauce that they add on the criticism as if they're angry towards Coach Prime? They're angry at the players. It's like I know what they're angry about. I'm going to keep saying it. The complexion of protection. They're so fickle and angry when it comes to Colorado. These are the same gentlemen who never had nothing to say about Colorado football. All of a sudden, they're speaking like Colorado won the national championship yesterday and they better win all their games or else. What's up with this or else? Colorado football has been a losing team 19 of the last 20 years. Coach Prime, all he has to really do is win 5 games, and that will be considered a turnaround season. It'll be considered, a great coaching right there. But when it comes to Coach Prime, it's like they're saying, bro, you better win every single game or it's a losing season. When was this much emphasis and input has been put in Colorado football? In fact, that should show you the impact of Coach Prime. I've never seen these ESPN pundits pay attention to Colorado football. The last time they gave this type of notoriety to Colorado was when Cordell Stewart played for the team. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you got professional pundits such as Joe Clapp over there at Fox, and that's why I love Fox Sports. They may criticize Coach Prime, but they also give the flowers when it's due. You got to respect that, man. But ESPN has been the only group of people that's been taking the dirt on Colorado. There's a YouTube channel I'm going to make a video about called Crane and Company. They're a fake conservative platform of sports. Yet they've been criticizing Coach Prime since he took that job. Even when he left JSU, they've been the biggest haters of CU football since Coach Prime took over. And their YouTube channel, I don't care if I give them publication, give their publication promotion or whatever, but they've been hating on Colorado football, really Coach Prime, since the beginning of it. Their fake outrage. They've been condescending towards Coach Prime like he's illiterate or something. They've been getting together and their channel is a failed YouTube channel that most people don't even pay attention to. Their most views is talking about Coach Prime. And that's the one where Tom Luganbill went on. He goes on their program probably once a week just to have fun and poke fun at Deion Sanders, judging his IQ and everything like that, judging his standards. Yet the teams that they praise, you could have said the same criticism towards. Again, these guys seem like they went to a secret meeting with the hoods on to have these reserved biased opinions towards a certain person. Like this is not regular football and not regular analysts going on. This is personal for them. It seems something where all of them are sticking to code. And it's not the code of ethics. It's a different type of code. Jim Crow type of code. We're not going to get into that. But it just seems that everybody have built on one standard to have a secret hate towards Coach Prime. Lee Corso does not belong on TV anymore. I don't know why his family allow him to be there. It's almost like there's no situation you can justify keeping Lee Corso but getting rid of David Pollock. Like, besides Lee Corso putting a damn mask on of who he picks, he's not worth a damn to talk about sports. There's a reason he isn't coaching football anymore. There's a reason why he was just here to be a court jester, a minstrel show, like I like to say, just to be here to make us laugh. But this morning, he wasn't the sweet, kind Lee Corso. He had an agenda. And it's almost embarrassing. Just like Tom Luganbill, these guys are just talking heads. They don't know anything they talk about with football, but I'll give Lee Corso a pass. He should know better. He actually coached these young men. To watch him say, when I coach, I was like a stepfather to these kids, more slight towards Deion Sanders. I feel like if these gentlemen had any intestinal fortitude, just say you don't like Deion Sanders. You don't want to see him excel, and I would respect you more. That's the world I like living in. Don't give me a fake crocodile smile and you have this hidden agenda hidden behind you. So Lee Corso, you need to get out of here. There's a reason that ESPN is a watered down brand, a watered down platform. platform that nobody whatsoever respects. And we're going to do a separate video about the Crane Company and Tom Luganbill. But right now, I just needed to speak on Lee Corso. I don't like watching your cringe moment anymore. Besides you sitting there and just having a deer in the headlight look on every episode for the last 6.5 years. And I say and a half because we had the pandemic going on, but 6.5 years of you being ridiculous on TV. At this point, you're just a mascot for watered down ESPN. There's a reason why you guys I call a fake liberal platform. I have nothing against liberals, but it's something when somebody is a fake conservative or a fake liberal, because really ESPN has something against people with my complexion, but they hide it with these twists and turns and make you think they're for it. See, they push these agendas because that's where the money is at. But the truth is they have I'm gonna reserve my comment of what I was about to say because it's disrespectful and there's no genuine situation if I would have said what I was about to say, because I'm just trying to be fair. People love to say the card is being thrown out here, but those are the most people who are the most biased with hidden agendas who always say you're using the race card. You got to watch these type of people, man. I'm the most fair, non-biased perspective you're going to find on any topic, on food, on you guys know who I voted for, and he wasn't my shade of complexion, so I'm non-biased, man. I'm very conservative, and I'm a military dude who believe in a code of ethics that everybody should stand on. Everybody should have those principles, and we'll have a better society. I'm not saying let's kumbaya, let's hold hands, but I watch what's going on with Colorado Buffalo football, and it's dishonest, man, to act like you're a fair platform when you have these hidden agendas. Crane and Company, ESPN. I'm going to keep bringing ESPN, man. Look, Pat McAfee, you get my love any other day, man, because I root for you. Since you was at West Virginia, you were welcome to the barbecue. We know about those gambling parties allegedly you went to. I love you for that because you're blunt. And Pat McAfee had to step in for Lee Corso when Lee Corso was going on a weird rant against Deion. Seemed very personal for him. So Pat McAfee spoke up and talked about the great things that Deion is doing, the legendary things he's doing out here. And instead of him just sitting back and watching Lee Corso destroy himself, he actually is a good teammate. He knew he had to say something. See, I don't like Pat McAfee on ESPN because I fear they're going to water him down. But at the same time, I love him and his staff getting that bag. You feel me? Anybody you watch, you root for them to get that bag. Man, shout out to Pat McAfee, but Lee Corso, they need to get you out of here. Curb Hurt Street, salute to you. You still look young. I don't know what's your secret. Let me know. You still look young for your age. I love you too. But everybody else over there, man, the secret is out, man. You guys hate Deion Sanders for only one reason. And if you guys have to ask me for that reason, you need to get acclimated and updated to what's really going on. This ain't 1920s anymore. We're here and we're not coming anymore. We're already here.